Well, welcome everyone to December 1st. We're closing in on the last month of 2022. It's a Ken Braverman podcast, and it's a podcast about Elon Musk, what's going on in Twitter, the most interesting place on the internet right now, run by the most interesting guy. It's funny because there was someone who was emailing me about work and stuff, and they said they had listened to one of these Elon commentaries, and they were surprised that I was a supporter of Elon Musk. And I think that a lot of what I've learned about news about Elon Musk is that stuff that comes into my feed, and I think it comes into a lot of people's feeds, is almost always kind of coming after him. And he's got a lot of enemies in media, clearly. And so whenever I see a story, I'm like, did he really say that? And now you can kind of go to his Twitter, which is really his Twitter now that he bought it, and see what he actually said and at least see it through his posts. Because if he's going to make me dislike him, at least I want to get it from the horse's mouth, as they say. But I am just probably a forever supporter of Elon Musk because I like what he's doing. I mean, the guy's running how many companies? Like, just off the top of my head, and you'll start to scroll and you'll see more, but like there's SpaceX, which is launching satellites and everything else, taking over where NASA used to be, right? There's the Boring Company tunneling, creating tunnels in a better, cheaper way than the old-fashioned TBM machines, tunnel boring machines that they're super expensive and doing things in Switzerland and all over the world. He did that. He's got Neuralink company, which I saw something down here like Neuralink. He's trying to download brains, right, and testing it on people soon, right? Totally believe it. There's Tesla, obviously. Tesla up 7.67% today, running its way up over 200, I'm sure. Definitely at some point, and I have their strike at 250 because I think that they're going up even more. But I mean, there's just it's endless. Like it's endless. He was with PayPal at one point. He's got so many companies I don't even know about, and I'm starting to wonder if he's got a gene editing company because he needs that on top of the Neuralink. You gotta program the human body too, and that's something he's probably got a company for that I don't even know about, right? But when you look at what's going on here, it's like he's giving you an update, right? He's the person, he's in chief right now. Guess what? We're getting a lot of scam accounts. I love it. I love to see this. I've asked for this, actually. I was like, let's get down to one person, one account. And yep, clean in house. I like it. I like it. I like it. Because if you take away the ability to manipulate opinion sharing, essentially, if you can get stuff, unwanted stuff that people don't necessarily want, but a programmer, a nation state, something who's pushing propaganda is the people that are spending money on spam and scam, and people that are just want views to try to make money off of the activity. So when you start to get rid of that, you get a more equitable distribution of retweets, likes, all kinds of things based on real comments and real people. That's what should happen. And of course, I think he's going in that direction, right? We shall see. So there was a debacle with Apple and pulling stuff from App Store. So he goes up to Appleville, right? Where is Apple again? Is Apple in Ponta? We can ask Google this question. Google will tell us where Apple is. They're probably really close. And I don't think they're in Mountain View, but they're close. Where are Apple headquarters, Google?
The headquarters of Apple is in Cupertino.
Cupertino, that's right. I used to remember Leo Laporte saying Cupertino all the time. I should have remembered that. So whatever. Elon and Tim apparently, according to Elon, ironed things out and had a glass of wine and enjoyed it. Whatever. Nobody was getting removed. Everybody was just posturing. No big deal. So you're confident that Neuralink's device, stop video. What? Stop it. So we're now confident that Neuralink device is ready for humans. So timing is a function of working through FDA approval process. Okay. Now it doesn't take a neuroscientist to tell you that no matter how much you think you're ready to connect it to humans, I mean, you can probably connect it to humans, but whether it's going to be working or predictable or stuff like that, nobody knows. we'd be confident that nobody knows, and that you're gonna learn some things. Everybody knows that. So you got to take his comment here it's a grain of salt. Basically, it's like probably we can safely connect to a human is what he's saying here. Maybe he'll clarify. No video, stop video, stop video. Young Elon, what else? Yeah, he's like, it was a long time ago. What's up, Marquise? Marquez? I gotta figure out how to say your name. Marquez. Marquez sounds right. Marquise? Marquise also sounds right. I don't know what to do here. YouTube rewind. I want YouTube. All right, yep. Elon's gonna take over YouTube. Stop, stop, stop. There's video everywhere. I don't know how to stop it. Why is Ellen DeGeneres here? Why is Ellen DeGeneres here? Go away. Not interested. Mars is close to Earth. It's the closest planet to Earth. No, stop video. Breaking. All right, here we go. But it's business personalities again. I don't like this category. Benny Johnson. I don't know who you are, but you've got a blue thing, not a white one. I've seen blue ones and white ones so far. Breaking. Elon Musk's Twitter has interfered in elections, and that Twitter 2.0 will be far more effective, transparent, and even-handed. Well, I mean, any social media, whether knowingly or unknowingly, has interfered in elections. Let's get real with that. First of all, Benny, I don't know. I'm about to be not interested, but whatever. Stop Ricky Gervais from talking. Posting. Well, there's just a trillion things to talk about, and I have to say, Twitter is a way. What is this? Music news? Definitely don't show me this. Okay, Ted. Okay, why am I getting Ted Nugent? That's not Ted Nugent. Oh no, Ted Nugent is posting. Oh, how can your name not come back to me really, really fast? Clint Eastwood. He's got a real name. It's probably not that either. Ted Nugent, what are you doing? With so many things coming back in style, I can't wait until morals and intelligence become a trend again. I don't need to see Ted Nugent. I don't want to mute him, block him. Yeah, I don't need Ted Nugent in my life. Paul McCoy. Okay, so on November 28th, a few days ago, here was the trash talking to Tim, and it wound up being an in-person meeting that apparently went well, according to Elon. Do I need to look at Tim Cook's Twitter to be like, hey, everything went great today? We're happy to have you on at Cupertino. What happened today, Tim? Are you saying anything on Twitter? Oh, wait a minute. That's right. He doesn't want to give away everything on Elon's platform now. I get that. No news from Tim on Twitter. Do I have to go to Apple Fritter? Is there another site for Apple people? I don't think there is, Tim. Elon's so smart. All right. I'm not going to go on forever because there are other things to talk about, but I would say that yeah, you just watch this guy and you watch in awe, and I almost want like I want to be a part of it. Essentially, I want to help. He's got good dreams, and they're in the right. Like, I'm so glad he's using his powers for good instead of evil, and I really think he is. I don't believe the hype that he's. I don't know. Well, I mean, what are the complaints about him that he's an eccentric billionaire at this point, doing everything? But the everything companies that he's doing are things that we need, and they're profoundly I just unique, and like the way that they are done. He's harnessing the best that the world has to offer in terms of engineers to do the most amazing things. They're landing parts of rockets back on ships upside down to reuse them, stuff that NASA that never would have flown in NASA. If you brought that, I know people that work at NASA. If you walked in there, if you head up to Maryland, you walk in the office and you're like, listen, guys, I know we're launching these big Saturn rockets or whatever, and we keep blowing the booster rocket things that they're so huge. These things are 30 stories high, and they're metal, and they can't have cracks in them because if they fluctuate with all the heat, the thing blows up and we lose astronauts and payloads and everything else. So we've got to reuse them. I got this idea where we program a bunch of gyroscopes and artificially intelligent, based programming to come and land itself in the middle of the ocean. We'll set up pads in the middle of the ocean. We'll land these huge things in the middle of the ocean, and then I guess tow them back to Cape Canaveral and reuse them. They would have told you in one of the meetings, if they let you get that far into saying that, they would have been like, well, we'll pass that idea along and we'll let you know. And nobody would have, they would have just gone and laughed about it. So they would have laughed about it over beers at some conference in Manitoba, freaking 3 months later. Like, they seriously, nobody would have let you even, people are not capable in those types of environments, in those old static environments of people working 30 years at a job, to listening to brand new crazy ideas, which actually are foundations of growth and end up being the norm and the standard after you see them work. But until they actually make them work, you just sound like a lunatic. Sound like they're like, listen, we'll pass your idea along, but also please pass along your dealer's name, because we want to know what you are smoking, so that when we go up to Kennebunkport and fish, excuse me, we go up to Kennebunkport and fish, excuse me, then we can smoke some of this dank stuff that you're using to come up with this crazy idea of landing a used booster on a rocket in the middle of the Atlantic. Okay, or even Pacific, the heck knows. Now, you'd want to do it in the Atlantic, and that's where it would be if you launched from the Atlantic, actually. Anyway, all that being said, Elon's done it. Like, no matter what it is, but yeah, Solar City, that's another one. He like combined it with Tesla. That's the whole freaking solar company. Another one he started and these owns or whatever. Like, I mean, wow, right? Like, it just never ends. That's why I will podcast about him. He's the only person I know of smarter than me. I'm sure there are so many more, but he's the only one I know is smarter than me. So that's why I follow him. And I find him incredibly entertaining, and I invest in his companies when I can. I would put money into Tesla because it's the right place to be. He's the right side of a lot of things, and I'll just continue to watch and all. All right, so that's the podcast for the day. Good luck. May all your podcasts be listenable and your days be enjoyable.